Have you made your home the right place for you to retire? No. Have you thought about the role your home plays in your second act? Hi, I'm Julianne Price with Life Edit and Design, and today we're talking about the way you need to modify your home so that it supports your retirement. Before, when you were working, you were out of the home most of the day. And now you're back and you're here all the time. I was walking with a neighbor the other day, and she had a funny statement. She said, "Yeah, I used to be the garage up, garage down person." I was like, what do you mean?" She goes, "Yep, the garage would go up. I'd leave my home. I'd go to work all day, and then I'd come hop back, the garage go down, I'm home for the day." But there was a night, she's like, "I was never part of this community." She said, "I lived here for 30 years and I didn't even know my neighbors." I was like, wow, that was just, her home had a different role. It was just a place where she slept, cooked, got ready to go to do her life, which was outside of the home, which was in her office. And now your life revolves around your home. It's your home base. You don't have a different place that you really identify with. The home is now your identity. It's where you do life. And have you thought about that and how your home needs to change? So some of the things that I would invite you to think about is, number one, do you have a people watching spot? This is so important. Going back to my lady with the garage up, garage down, she didn't know any of her neighbors till she got to actually walk around the neighborhood. And so my whole development, I feel like it's so poorly designed because there are no front porches. I'm the only one in the neighborhood, kind of created a front platform so that I could sit there, and just by sitting out there, you get to say hi as your neighbors go by. And it's great also if you have a dog. And that was one of the other things she noticed. She's like, people with dogs know each other. Yes, because we're out walking all the time and we get to see each other all the time. But have you thought about how your home allows you to interact with your neighborhood and your neighbors? Are you out there actually getting to know the people around you? It's important that you're home now all the time, that you've become the eyes of your little neighborhood, and not in a creepy way, but in a way that you're the one who can see, if kids are getting off the bus safely. You're the one that makes sure there's not any strange characters walking through the neighborhood. So you need that people watching space. That's a positive thing. It's just a way for you to interact with your community, your neighborhood, and just be aware of who's in your community. And it's something people don't think about is, oh yeah, I have a responsibility as somebody that is part of my neighborhood to actually know what's going on because I'm home during the day. So the second thing is, does your home have the ability for you to do hobbies, learn something new, like this new lifestyle? You're home all the time. Do you have surfaces to create on? Do you have surfaces where do you have a laptop that you can move to different settings? So that's one of the important things is, like, can you follow the sun within your own home with your laptop? I love that. I'm in a room right now that's brightly lit, but at different points of the day, I go to different parts of my house because that's the most upbeat part of my house. So I like to have a laptop that moves around. I also have a kitchen table that I love to do projects on, but I can't do puzzles on it because my daughter shares the table. So I need a different spot if I want to do jigsaw puzzles. Like, your house has to support all your new interests because you don't get to leave the house anymore. You're here. This is where your nucleus, that's what I'm looking for, of all the activity that you do. And does your home support that? So do you have that crafting area or creativity area or work area if you're taking on something new, a new second career? Does your home support that, and in a way that feels good? You can't leave. I don't want to say you're trapped in your home, but it is the center of all your activity, and it has to support what you're going to do in that next phase. The third thing I want you to look at is, does your home feel heavy? Are you still holding on to all kinds of things that were part of your first chapter and are not part of this next chapter? Like, when you open your closet, is it full of work clothes that you no longer need? Like, I'm down to sports shirts. I don't need to have formal clothes anymore. Make sure I don't hit the microphone. So what does your home look like? Is it filled with things? I'm going over in a couple of days to my mom's house just to start taking out all the things that she used for entertaining. She doesn't entertain anymore. She likes to go to other people's houses, or if she does entertain, she uses paper plates. The fine china is not coming out anymore. She can't be bothered with that level of entertaining. And another part is that a lot of their close friends have passed on, so to entertain feels different because there's a lot of missing faces. So I'm going through her house, taking out all the pretty bowls that she no longer needs, and she doesn't bake anymore. She has a closet full of baking stuff. What is in your home that you no longer need, that don't isn't part of your lifestyle anymore? Do you have briefcases, like the bags you used to take to bring your work back and forth? Do you have like special shoes that were just work shoes? Like I don't even own high heels anymore because I don't need them. Have you gone through and gotten rid of those things? Do you have 5 raincoats that match the different lengths of the different hem lengths that you had? Do you need that anymore? Is that really what you're going to wear? Or are you just going to have one go-to coat that kind of goes with everything? Your house is full of stuff that needs to go. And I have 3 brothers, and every one of them is decluttering right now, which is just so funny because they've just allowed things to come into their life, and now that feels heavy. And the decluttering that you do now will be great preface to the decluttering you need to do later. You don't want to hand off to your children or your estate manager a house full of clutter that you haven't used in 50 years. Let's start letting go of some of those things right now. Like I have a printer and it's right here in my line of sight, and I'm like, do I still need a printer at this stage, or is my printing so minimal that I could send it to somebody else and say, hey, just print this page for me? Or do I need to own it? Like those kinds of things are conversations that you need to have with yourself as you look around your space. What do I have that no longer needs to be here that I can start letting go of? Because you don't want to be that pack rat, that hoarder who somebody then has to deal with your stuff later on. Let's start now, gently letting go of the things that no longer make sense in this chapter of your life. And then the final thing I'll say is about your home needing variety. Because you're here all the time now. Yes, you can still go to the coffee shop, and yes, you're still going out and about and doing things, but you're here the majority of your time. This is your primary place. Does it have the ability to change with the seasons and to feel fresh? Like this room that I'm in now is a very summery, very light, brightly lit room, but it's not the place I'm going to want to hang out in the winter. So I'm going to want to be down by the fireplace and cozy and under the blankets. Very different vibe. Does your home allow you to have the different vibe for each season? And I have a couple focal points where I just change the decor, like over the mantle. I have a couple pieces that I change out each season so that it feels fresh, so my eyes are seeing something different. If you start seeing the same things over and over, it's going to drag you down. You need that freshness, the variety, and it doesn't have to be expensive, but just simple touch points, color points you could change. Like I could change out these flowers, or you can have fresh flowers on a regular basis, and you have summer flowers and then you have different flowers in the winter. You need to have that seasonality, that feeling of time moving and a progression through the seasons, and that variety, the freshness of something new to look at. Because your home, you get to the point where you stop seeing things, right? You stop seeing the piles on the floor. You stop seeing the cracks in the wall. I don't want you to do that. This is your pride and joy. This is your sanctuary. And so you want to make it fresh, but you also want to, I have what I call the tolerations list. You want to go through and say, what are all the things that you've put up with that are weighing you down mentally that don't need to be there? Squeaky doors, broken lights, cracks in the wall, bad paint. I have a bathroom that I don't know who painted it, but man, in the right light, I can see all the imperfections. That room needs to be painted. So what do you have on your list that's dragging you down in this space where you spend so much of your time? So change it for seasonality, remove those tolerations. Those are things that are hanging you down with the weight and the clutter. These are all things that are weighing you down. So if you feel in retirement that you're depressed, one of the first things I want you to look at is your surroundings. What is that doing to you? What is that saying to you? How do you need to change things? And also knowing your archetypes is something I talk about. And I'll put there's a quiz you could take in the bottom. I'll put that in the notes. But knowing your archetypes helps you decide what your home needs to do. How does it need to serve your needs, and what does it need to look like? Are you a minimalist? Are you an accumulator? You need to know these things. Are you somebody who loves pops of beauty? You can't see this right now, but outside the camera, there's a little feather boa hanging off of the camera stand. Just for something fun to make me laugh when I'm recording videos, I see, oh, there's this bright pink boa. And it also reminds me of some fun things we did. But what do you have around your house that fits your archetype? Do you need beauty and luxury? Do you need clean and minimalist? Do you need like fresh variety? One of the things I need is a lot of variety. Do you need inspiration? Do you need motivational messages around the house? Do you need pictures of your family? If you're a connector, you want to have family photos. Can't you make some fun of updating those photos every season? So I'm sure you have a huge catalog of photos. Can you have holiday photos? Can you have summertime photos? Can you be switching up your frames to reflect the seasonality? So number one, it gives your house a fresh home, but number two, it gives you a little bit of fun projects to work on. So a lot of people in retirement are like, what am I going to do with my time? Your home is a great source for a lot of things that you can do with your time, because you can change it seasonally, but you can also deal again with all these tolerations that we talked about. So knowing your arc helps you decide what do you need in your surroundings and how do you want to update them. Your home should reflect who you're going to be. I talked about in the last video about how you shift, your identity shifts in retirement. Does your home reflect that new shift? Does it reflect professional version of you? Is it set up so that you can get out the door to go to work? Do you need that anymore? I have a thing I call the slow Sunday. Like I just get, and I just relax and move through my day very slowly. I want to set it up for that type of a morning instead of being the rush and hustle. Oh, can I hit the Keurig? Can I get out the door? Now it's like, how can I make my morning more luxurious and slow? And how do I set it up? What are the settings? Where do I sit? Do I sit at the kitchen table? Or do I sit outside with a cup of coffee? Or do I sit cozy under a blanket with a book in the morning coffee? Like, these are all the things you get. This is a blessing. You get to decide how you want to live in your second act, and you get to decide how your home is going to support you and reflect who you're becoming, and also become that sanctuary. I have a rule. My daughter and I have a rule. If we can't lift it, we can't own it. And so the things I've been decluttering lately, the sauna, the Peloton bike, these were big things that violated that rule, that weren't getting enough use to keep them in my house. Did I love them? Yes. But did I need to keep them anymore? Were they heavier more than they brought me joy? And so every time I walk past the sauna, I'd be like, oh, I didn't get into that. Like all summer long, what's the last thing you want to do is get in a sauna? And so every day was weighing me down. And because again, I'm in my home all the time. I'd see it all day long. And now that it's gone, I'm in this room that I love. And I would have had a chance to love this room if I had kept those heavy things. So set yourself up with your own personal rules. If I haven't used it in the last year, it has to go. My daughter she twitches. If there's more than like 15 things hanging in her closet, she starts to twitch. So she has a rule that only so many hangers, and after that, I have to start decluttering my closet. Come up with your own fun rules. This is your second act. You get to decide things. Again, your archetype will help you decide what those rules are going to be. And if you want help with that, I'd love to help you come up with your own personal rules for how you're going to live and what your spaces need to do for you. It's a lot of fun. But these are the things that you need to be thinking about. Your home has a different role in this second act. And have you updated your home to allow for that? And are you allowing for the future, how you're going to grow into your home? You might need to start thinking about, I'm very capable now of doing stairs, but maybe I won't be capable of doing it 20 years from now. Do I have a plan for my home that will allow me to eventually move downstairs if I needed to? Or do I take care of my body enough, knowing that my home has no bedroom, the first floor? Do I do enough things so that my knees will never be a problem? Like my mom cannot go up and down her stairs. It's a real struggle for her. Well, that needs to be a priority. I know what my home is like. I know that I need to be able to make sure that I can do stairs. So that means doing squats and lots of knee strengthening exercises so it never becomes an issue for me. There's plenty of 80, 90-year-old people that are going up the stairs, down the stairs just fine. But my home will let me know these are the things I need to make sure I can do well into my older years, way off in the future. But I want to make sure that my knees stay healthy. What can I do now to do that? I did a whole video on protecting your health in your second act and how you need to prioritize it. So look for that as well. Lots of great tips here, but people don't think about how their home relates to and enhances this second act. So I hope I've given you some inspiration. Again, take that quiz, reach out to me if you have questions about, I don't know what rules to make. I'd love to help you come up with some really fun rules on how your house has to serve you and what can and cannot exist in your home. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.